Alright guys, so now today we will talk about what? About this rabbit. What is this rabbit? This rabbit seems like he has some issues, you know. Probably his, usually the issues that people have that are angry are with their fathers. So he probably has some problems. Maybe his father was absent. Maybe his father was a drunk. Maybe his father was very aggressive and he was torturing him. There are a lot of things that can happen when you have issues with your father. And then people say, this guy is evil. Yes, he's evil, but why he's evil? They don't care. They just care that this guy is evil and that's it. So this rabbit is evil, yes, seems like it. But maybe we should ask ourselves, why is this rabbit so evil? So now, anger is an issue these days, especially when we are so obsessed with our smartphones and mostly smartphones, short videos in TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. I see it in myself. I noticed that, so yeah. It's true. It's happening. It's bad. The attention span is very low. We cannot concentrate quite well. This is all because for the young people, it's even worse. Because, you know, when I was, let's say my first smartphone I bought when I was like 25 or something. So it was pretty late in my life. For now, most 12, 13 years old teenagers, they have smartphones. And they are using them constantly. Like 7 hours a day or so, which is a lot. And mostly for YouTube videos or for short videos, I told them, yeah, short videos are the worst. I also fall into this trap sometimes, you know. I go to YouTube in order to watch some educational content, we may say, and suddenly I see a nice thumbnail somewhere in YouTube, and I say, oh, let's see this. And it's a short video. I say, okay, I will watch one short video. And suddenly I wake up around 35 minutes later or an hour later, realizing that I have watched like hundreds of those videos, a couple of hundreds probably. And if you ask me of 1 or 2 videos just to tell you what they're about, I couldn't. So this is something pretty scary. So I try to do it a little bit differently. Like watch 1 or 2 videos at most. And then just stop. And continue with your day. With your daily activities. You don't need to do so much. Yeah. Also today I was recording video 33 of the course that I'm preparing. And that video was 50 minutes long. And at the end of this 50 minutes, I stopped the recording and I was happy that I recorded this long video. And I realized that my microphone was off the whole time. So imagine that. I mean, usually when this happens, people will be enraged. It will be like, damn, and you will start breaking stuff. And it's useless. I mean, I was like, okay, let's make sure that this never happens again. So I did some research why this happened. I found the solution. And now hopefully it will not happen. But still, even if it happens, you have to just take a little break and then record it again. Nothing is irreversible. Nobody has died because death is usually irreversible. So nobody has died. Everything is fine, you know. You are fine. If you are working in Blender, for example, you work in Blender and you work, and you are in the zone, right? You're working, everything is happening, it's super nice. Suddenly, Blender crashes and you realize you haven't saved for like 30 minutes and you lost all this amazing work that you have done for this 30 minutes. This work was irreversible. You cannot get it back. You cannot get back this 30 minutes of your life. What you will do? Most of you will probably enrage, which is normal, a normal human reaction. But it's not necessary. It's not necessary to enrage yourself. You just have to say, okay, this happened, but this is just a good practice. When I do it again, it will be even better, and usually it is. Since I have done this rabbit for practice this morning, and now I'm doing it in the stream, and it should be better. We'll see, we will compare, but it should be. By the way, I have to put this concept. Let me do something. Images, no, save, export, selected images, export. Now I will put it into the Tencent UI, not UI, but AI, UI, whatever. It's something I. So I will put it in the Tencent AI, and I'm putting it here, you see, identifying, good. And now I will generate now, and until probably it will take around, it will take 7 minutes, it will take around 20 probably, we'll see. And we will see what the result of the AI will be again. Usually it does a pretty nice job with this kind of stylized things, but I'm curious because this is just a head, it's not the whole character. I'm not sure how it will be, so that's why we're checking out. We have to always be aware of how the AI is doing in order to use it, or in order to be afraid of it. No, in order to use it usually, not be afraid of it. Be afraid, you can be afraid of everything, it's not a problem. But being afraid is not useful. It's not a useful feeling, usually. Being afraid. So fear is good for some things, but for most, it's not actually good. So be careful with the fear. Don't be too much afraid, and you will find. Now let's do the teeth, because we don't have them yet. And many people will say this is pre-recorded, probably, like always, you know, it's probably pre-recorded. But when I go to the chat and I start answering questions from the live chat, then it turns out it's not exactly pre-recorded. What's happening here? Why is it happening? It's like, this time it's pre-recorded. Come on, it cannot be real. This is not. Why? I don't know. Okay, I will do some little tiny hairs in here and in here, maybe a little bit in here, just to have some variety in there. We'll have to have a chin, rabbit chin. Of course, rabbits have chin. They don't have actually chin, but still, this rabbit is not exactly a real rabbit, so it could have chin. Today I watched a very sad video. I don't know why I watched it, but I just bumped into it in Facebook, about a lion which was bitten by a snake, by a venomous snake, big lion, and it didn't end up well with the lion. But probably these things happen all the time in the savannah or whatever this was. I don't know. Let's see what we can do with the teeth. So here we go. These are our front teeth. Then we have other teeth here, other here, and probably around here. Yeah, and we need to see the gums, the top gums, and the bottom gums are not visible that much, but the top ones are visible, and they're visible because this thing is a little bit, so the upper lip is a little bit curved like this in the concept. So yeah, it's starting to get there. We are starting to see some result, which is good. I will push this, And we will have the bottom teeth around somewhere here. We'll push this so it's more visible, the upper teeth. We have to be careful with the teeth actually, because if they are wavy, if they're not completely nice and good looking, they will not look good, obviously. So we have to be aware and we have to be careful. And we are. We are being careful. We are being aware. Now, it's kind of getting there. This should be our next weekly challenge actually this week. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not something like a whole character. No, it's pretty simple, and I guess many people will be able to do it properly. This is not a female face, for example, which is difficult and not many people can do it. Although I've seen people in my Discord server that can do it better than me, which is pretty unfortunate since I am the teacher here, right? Although, when you're a teacher, sometimes, or not sometimes, but always, if you want to be a good teacher, you always have to be a student all the time. You have to be a student all your life. If you, at some point, think about yourself as only a teacher, not learning new things, you're doomed. You're not going to be a good teacher. A good teacher is always a student. So we always have to continue to learn and develop ourselves. That's the good teacher. And not only teacher, if you're a student, you also have to be a student, right? You have to be. He's very flat from the side view, which is not a good thing. We probably should do a little bit of pushing, so he's not that flat. Hopefully we'll be able to fix the flatness, although we'll see. I'm not super positive about it, but hopefully. Yeah, those ears may go a little bit forward like this. Too curvy, but we can fix everything. I mean, in the sculpting, whatever you do, you can fix it. Of course, some things are requiring too much time, but still it can be fixed. Usually it can. So don't worry too much about what you do too much. Too much. Too much time will kill you. Too much love will kill you. It was the song, I think, but too much. Really? But is it possible? Maybe. Maybe actually it's true. Some songs, they have a lot of true into them. But I saw, before I started the stream, I saw a lot of people from, from United States. Many people from United States. People from Serbia, from Turkey, from Brazil. They're saying hello. So hello. Hello, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream that's almost over. Now, we will do the stream at least for 1 hour. It's not... I mean, even if I do this model a little bit earlier than 1 hour, we will do the stream for 1 hour. Just because we can. We'll keep it on. And we will sit in silence, for 1 hour. Just, yeah. And I will say, yeah, yeah. Those filler words like, yeah, yeah. Of course. Anyway. The streamers are using them all the time. Because you cannot always speak interesting things, all the time. It's impossible, So we have to be aware and be afraid also. Why should be afraid? No, probably not afraid, actually. Actually, not afraid. But generally afraid. Afraid of... first, we have to be fear of the dark, of course. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. And then we have to be afraid of ourselves. Very deep, I know. Very deep, like the guy from The Boys. The Deep. He's deep. By the way, it's interesting. It's ironical how he's called the Deep, and he's pretty flat. I mean, as a he's not a big thinker, we may say. But yeah, many things are ironical in this show. By the way, somebody recommended to me to watch the Eternaut. The Eternaut is interesting TV show from Argentina, and it's on Netflix. And I didn't expect it. It's pretty good quality. The effects are pretty nice. The visual effects are nice, and of course the gameplay. I mean the overall show is in a very good quality. I like it. The Eternaut. It's pretty famous right now, I think. It's rare for a foreign show, and also I haven't watched Argentinian shows before. But in the beginning, it was pretty similar to some Spanish soap drama or something, like a couple of neighbors talking and just living their life. So it's a slow burner in the beginning. It's a slow start, but then suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. And that happened. Suddenly. Beatles happened. They always happen, you know. You can always watch the Beatles and we'll be fine. And you will be fine. Why she had to go, I don't know. Mirror, subdivision surface. I got them on speed dial, so it's easier. And by speed dial, I mean the quick favorites. But probably most of you know what I'm talking about, since you are most Blender users. Some of you heavy Blender users, some of you not so fat. But yeah, it depends. I am a little bit heavy Blender user, you know. I'm 107 kilograms. So, yeah. And I'm eating a lot. That's why I'm heavy Blender user. Alright, we have something. Yeah, a good start. Let's see what people are writing here. Ooh, a lot of comments. Greeting from Laos. Oh, we have Laos here even. Isn't the Tencent stealing other people's 3D learning from those? For example, if you made a rabbit and publish it on Sketchfab, it may use it. I guess so. I guess. I don't know. It's still loading, though. We can see it actually if it stops loading. Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, you see, it's not particularly bad. But how to move it up? Ah, okay. Yeah, the mustache is a little bit strange, but other than that, it's fine. It's kind of cool. Maybe ours will be better, I guess. But this one is relatively fine. Yeah, it's this model, for example, is what can you use it for? I mean, maybe 3D print could be used for 3D print, but it needs a lot of work, especially on the ears. You don't have ears in this case because the concept is cut here. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer if the AI cannot kind of do this. But if you put this, if you save it and then put it into Blender and just work on it a little bit, maybe it could work. Although this doesn't have symmetry, so it will be a little bit of a problem working on it. Other than that, it's not a huge... it's not bad. I mean, it's not very bad. But of course, ours will be a little bit better because we are human. Still, AI is developing, so probably at some point in the future, maybe a couple of years from now, it will do it better than me. and faster. That's the most important thing. I mean, yeah, even if it cannot do it better than me, if you do it relatively close and faster, then it's gonna be the best. Bigger the best, better than the rest. A lot of issues we have from the side view, but I'm guessing that we will just leave it as it is, since the side view is not our favorite view. Although, in 3D, when you're working for whatever, a game model or some 3D print, you have to pay attention to all views, otherwise you will have issues. Your model will have a lot of problems, which you don't want to have. But now, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. I saw a lot of people writing big lines of text. I don't know if there are questions or something in the chat. So we have to take care of this, you know. Yo, bro, watching your stream in office. Very good. Heineken, I'm building a new PC for 3D gaming and I'm torn on a graphic card to get. I got a 780 3D PCU and Tomahawk motherboard and recommendations. GTU. The best GTU you can get will be probably the GTU you can get. 100% pre-recorded, of course. It's pre-recorded. It's always pre-recorded, as you know. Those are streams which are pre-recorded streams. That's absolutely true. And everybody knows that. So, yeah, we shouldn't mention it that much. Anything with this enough VRAM? Yes. And people are now recommending video card. Okay. Anything from NVIDIA I would recommend. But be careful. Diminishing return is a thing with the graphic card. So if you go to, for example, 4070 video card, it will be pretty much enough. I'm using 4070 Super now, and this is my video card. So 4070 is a nice video card for not very low amount of money. It's pretty expensive, but still, if you go above it, so 4070 Ti or 4080 or 4080 Ti, then you will give much more money for not so much more performance. Yes, it will be more performance, but not that much. So be careful with that also. And also, if you want to ask this question somewhere, ask it on some AI. ChatGPT can answer pretty much this question better than me probably. And most AIs these days can answer this question better than a human. At least it should be this way. So these kind of questions are easy to answer these days with the help of the AI. You don't need somebody. If you say, I need it for Blender, okay, but it doesn't matter what you need it for. I mean, the video card is a video card. Whatever you need it for, the better video card, the best it will be. But most of us, we don't have unlimited amount of money, so we need to be careful what to spend it for. Okay, here the lower teeth have to go a little bit more in, and this area has to go a little bit more in. This needs to be a little bit more opened. Those wavy things around the lips, so the lips has to be more straight, not so wavy that I did them. I did them a little bit wavy for now, but we will fix them hopefully at some point in this particular video. Now we are 24 minutes into this video and we still don't have anything to brag about too much. Why? Because of too much speaking. So I'm talking too much. When you are talking too much while you sculpt, I don't recommend it. Then you will do nothing. You will end up with not too much work. And what's the most important thing while you work? The work usually is the most important thing. So be careful, and that's it. Just be careful about it. Okay, we will have a few hairs here and there. For example, we can have a couple of hairs from here. We don't need to, but it's interesting just to have. And we have to make them work, which means a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a smooth, and so Blender didn't crash, but OBS has crashed. So yeah, imagine that. Interesting stuff. OBS is the best. No, OBS is a super nice software, but sometimes, obviously, it just wants to crash. I was thinking that Blender will crash because it starts lagging, but no, Blender is iron, you know, it's super cool. OBS, not so much. Let's make this interesting. Oops, no, apply. Now we can make it. Then we have to go a little bit more brownish. And maybe a little bit more brownish. Okay, and like this. Good. So now the eye should be a little bit less visible, so narrower. Okay. Looking good. And he's like he's watching somewhere upwards. Interesting. In the concept, it doesn't look like he's looking upwards. It's looking like he's looking at us, but I don't know what's happening. Doesn't matter. Now I will take this, and maybe this will be his main color. In the back also a little bit, why not? And it's starting to look a little bit better. You know, when it's not colored, it looks a little bit like meh. But when it's colored, it looks like meh. So it's a different look. Maybe a little bit bigger front teeth will be appropriate. But still, we can color it and then we can work on it again. This a little bit more light, a little bit more yellow, and go here. Oh, this shouldn't be yellow, this should be more white, so let's go. Okay. This is cool. Here in the top, we can make it a little bit more orangey. This area. And around the eyes, we can have a little bit more darkness with multiply. And I will probably forget that I have multiply, and it will be a mess, but doesn't matter for now. We have to do this black thing here, black a little bit here, maybe a little bit blacken in this area. Go ahead and blacken. Dark, because there is a shadow. Here also dark, because there's a always shadow, always dark. Okay, this is fine. Let's go and mix. Let's find a nice color like this. And we will continue after the break. And the break will be to read some comments. Okay. People talking about the video cards, the video card. Okay, we can go down. If I get to pick a GPU, okay, always view model and sleep, okay. Okay, Nico, I need help. I have a high poly model of the body without UVs, and I don't know how to UV it now, because it's it's now subdivided too much. I can't UV. Someone help. Of course, you have to do a low poly. It's very simple, and then bake it, and then the low poly will have UVs. to meet super uncomfortable to work on a laptop and doesn't nearly offer the same performance. Usually, laptops are way less performative than the computer with the same price. Do you watch any anime? Yes, I watched some animes like One Level, for example. It was One Level or Solo Level. I think it was Soul Level or something. It was nice. And some other animes, of course, like, for example, back in the days, I loved Ninja Scroll and Ninja Resurrection, I think. They were like very, very nice anime movies. Laptops, video cards, I have to skip a lot. Your videos and streams help me improve immensely. I appreciate the content you put out. Thank you very much. I was planning to play the Doom Dark Ages. I wish, but probably not. All makes sense. Yes, okay. All right. A lot of comments with, so video cards is most of the chat is now about the GPUs, which it shouldn't be. I told you, it's just ask the AI, do a little bit of research, and you will know. Asking in the chat of some random streamer in the internet probably is not the best way to know those things. Yes. But I guess some people just don't know how to do their research. Research is something that you should be able to do, especially with the AI these days. It's fairly easy to do very, very much whatever research is necessary without any issue. AI will do the research actually for you. You will just have to ask it to do it. You don't have to go to Google and find something, whatever. No. The AI will do it. That's why we love the AI. You know, we all love the AI. We're like AI lovers here. We appreciate it. We love it. It's the most amazing thing that happens to mankind since the invention of the PC, probably. The computer. Or the PC, I don't know. Which one is the most appropriate? PC or just the computer? Because PC means personal computer. The computers were invented far before that, but at some point we started to have them in our homes. They were not as big as a house anymore. So yeah. That's probably a good thing that happened. So Sinister Rabbit is getting, well, not the best Sinister Rabbit in the world, but it will never be the best. Nothing is the best when you do it for a couple of minutes. Usually, in order for something to be the best, you need to work on it for many hours. Like many hours. Like, I mean, a lot of hours. Not just like a couple of minutes and, I'm the best, it's very nice. Usually it doesn't work like this way. And even if you can do it pretty fast, if it's not good, it's not worth it, you know. You don't need it. It has to be at least good in order for you to brag about it, you know. Yeah, I did this in just 1 hour, and this is complete crap, you know. But I did it in just 1 hour. Yeah, I'm very, very excited and I'm very proud of this. But it's complete shit. I mean, it doesn't look like anything. Yeah, but I did it for 1 hour. What? Okay, good. Good for you. Good for you. Come on. So guys, be careful. Don't fall into this trap that I am putting you into, you know. This is a trap, actually. Just spend more time. It will be more rewarding. Shadow. and cavity. No, we don't want render. Thank you very much. Shadow, cavity, maybe both cavities, and it will be kind of enough for us. Shadow on the wall. Maybe we need some mustaches. Let's do some mustaches. If you're still talking about video cards in the stream, I'm gonna lose it, you know. It's just, I don't know. You have to be careful. Let's go with this thickness, probably 1, okay. This one, Alt S and go down, and let's put it on. This will be one mustache. One piece of mustache. And then we will duplicate it, place it next to it, duplicate it, and so on. And of course, one mirror will be fine. Mirror is always nice. I can have more mustaches or something. Let's see. Maybe a little bit like here. But we have to think in 3D actually. Okay, not bad. They're symmetrical, yes, I know. Maybe we will fix that. Symmetricity. Hopefully we will. But before we fix it, we have to go and right-click, convert to mesh. And then maybe we will color them in some kind of a blackish color or a little bit darker gray color. Okay. Looking interesting. Now we can asymmetrize them. Just like this. In sculpt mode. Sometimes I cannot grab it, actually. Because I have a pretty big brush. I have to click exactly in some area. It's harder. But it happened. We have mustaches. What we don't have is just the little dots that those mustaches are coming from. All right. And maybe a little bit of a hair. Like this. Would be nice. Some hairs in here will be nice, but we will not be able to do them. So, yes, we will not. We shall not do it. And our rabbit, of course, is not as good, as well rendered as this one in the concept, because the concept is AI, and AI is famous for rendering. You know, rendering is sometimes, you know, saying for 2D images, so it's a 2D image, and it's rendered pretty well. So the materials and everything, it looks pretty nice. And for our rabbit to look as nice as the concept one, we need a lot more time than like a couple of minutes. So we will not do it. Or we will fake it somehow. Let's try to fake it. So I will take one color like a little bit brighter, then go to screen, and then let's try to add a little bit here. Okay, let's this be a little bit more like that. Okay. I don't know if this is fine, but here we can add a little bit of this. It doesn't. Ooh, this is pretty interesting. Why screen color dodge? Nice. It doesn't work. quite well. Yeah, maybe a little bit like this and then smooth. So we can have kind of a, like light sources. Maybe here. Smooth. And let's try a little bit here. Nice. We cannot see the other eye too much. So let's try to see it. He's kind of looking at all places at the same time, because the eyes are mirrored. I will apply the mirror. I will take this eye and kind of rotate it like this. And it probably will be better. It's a little bit better, not too much, but it's a little bit better now. Okay, and I think we are in a good space or good spot with this concept, AI concept. Many people will say Nico loves the AI concept. He's an AI lover, and yeah, probably you're right. I like them because sometimes they are very expressive and they have good lighting and everything. They're overall very well made concepts, if we may say so. And when I'm doing a model on them, usually it came out nice enough. If I work on very bad model, for example, concept. If I work on a very bad concept, the model will be fine, but not as good. Here, our model, our result is pretty much worse than the concept, but by itself, it's not bad. So let's compare it with the AI and see where we are. Comparison time. AI is the best. I mean, see, this is something like the AI has more bright and nice overall colors or something, but the model itself, I'm not sure. It's pretty simplistic. It doesn't have a nice level of detail. Also, it doesn't have ears. Our have ears, and it's better with ears, as you can see. Of course, the ears are wavy, which is not a good thing. Those wavy ears. We may fix them by very carefully going with the grab brush and just grabbing here and there and moving it around. Like this. And this is fixing some of the waviness. If you want to fix all the waviness, it needs to be retopologized. The ears and the overall head, everything needs to be retopologized. By the way, let's test our retopologized plugin, which is the, I forgot it, but we will see. I will find it. Quad remesher. So let's text quad remesher. Quad remesh. Let's go with, let me see. We are on the rabbit right now, and let's select the default settings, just symmetry on X, remesh it, and we wait a little bit. How much we will wait? 1%, 16%, 19%. So probably we'll wait a lot, because this whole model is 6,000 triangles. Okay, this is retopologized right now, and the ears are better. It's looking a little bit better. But yeah, this is fine. We can go back to our model in an instance, because the plugin is just so nice. It always makes a copy and it hides it of our high poly. But again, this cannot be used for low poly for games. It just can't. It can be used for refining some of the things. So for better and nicer high poly, we can use it. For almost nothing else, we cannot use it that well. We have the ears, they are important and nice. Let's see what people are saying about the video cards, of course. And you can change the color picker to square. It's easier to pick colors. I don't think so. This looks crazy. Love it, Nico. I'm not sure that it looks crazy, but it looks relatively fine. That looks amazing. I'm not sure about that. Hi from Ukraine, Nico. I've been watching for you for a long time and have learned a lot. You inspire me. Wanted to ask you this question. I have a little problem when I try to compare the body. That's a good question. AI lover, Nico. Exactly, yes. Bend one ear a little bit and it will look really sinister. Yeah, but we have to... Why not? It's a good idea to bend one ear. Why not? We will select this. Remove the symmetry. Select this like that. Smooth it out. Let's smooth it a little bit more. Then maybe we can do this and then rotate. Shift click here and rotate it forward. Like that. And that's it. I think this is good for bending one ear. Relatively. The ear is bent. You should be happy. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Now I will inflate this area a little bit. When flesh bends, it usually inflates in the area of bending, exactly. Because it kind of pushes itself from all sides. That's why it's like this. It's good. The shadow below the bent ear. Probably the shadow will come by itself if we go like this. Shadow on the wall. This is not a good lighting, by the way. We should change the lighting. Like this. Yes. Okay, the lighting now is better. We have the bent ear. We have everything. He is looking pretty sinister. Maybe not as sinister as the concept, but close, relatively closely sinister. If there is a saying like this, like close sinister, he is there. He is the close sinister. As close sinister as they can get. Good. Okay, guys, I guess you don't have too much questions. You are speaking about a lot of things, but mostly about video cards in this stream, which is interesting, but not enough interesting because I told you it's a question of how much money a person have and how much he's willing to give for video card. I would say the video card is important for 3D, definitely. Especially when you're working with Substance Painter and with big textures. Also in Blender with big textures. So it's important for rendering. But for just sculpting and stuff, the most important thing usually is your RAM. So I would give most of the money for bigger amount of RAM. Like at least 32 gigabytes. If you can go for 64, it's even better. If you can go even higher, it's also better, but it's difficult. After 64, it's hard because of usually not only about money. It's about money mostly, yes. But some motherboards doesn't support huge amounts of RAM also. To be careful about that. We can make body for him, right? Let's try a little bit of a body. We have to... What's happening now? Okay, again masking. I don't know why I'm masking constantly. But probably that's... Again, I masked it. It's amazing. Sometimes when you start messing the things up, it's get messier and messier and messier. It doesn't get better. It's only get messier. And not in a good way. If there is a good way. So this will be his body. Let's see if we can make some tiny little arms to work with this. Okay, arms. Those doesn't look like arms, they look more like tentacles now. But at some point, I don't know, maybe at some point they could look more like arms if we continue working on them. If we don't, then they will be tentacles forever. Unfortunately, that's how it works. And some people are saying, I did this character for 1 hour, but it doesn't have arms. Oh, it has arms, they're there, but those are tentacles. Why have you been so rude and stuff like that? You know, it's not. It's not rudeness when it's true. No, it's rudeness actually. Even if when it's true, it's rudeness. So be careful about the rudeness. But if you feel bad, example, you're browsing the internet or browsing the Discord server, my Discord server that you can find in the description of this video, you're browsing it and you feel sad about yourself, you don't like yourself, you feel depressed, you can always make fun of somebody else so they can feel bad as you, like you. And it's a good way to feel cheerful for just a few seconds and then be depressed again forever. Nice. Nice things. He has hooks instead of arms. But yeah, let's make some legs. We don't have to make legs. But it's possible. The AI couldn't make them, right? But we can. So we are still better than the AI. Much better. Hopefully. Mirror, mirror on the wall. This body is just for fun. Just to fill the time until what? Okay, I think there is 1 hour. I don't know, 44 minutes or something. We are live for about 44 minutes, it says in the YouTube. So, yeah, let's fill the time to 1 hour with a body. He's a rabbit, so he has to have a big feet. So he can do the rabbit things. The back feet of the rabbit are pretty huge, so they can jump. Everybody knows that. The kangaroo is the same, actually, so... And there are types of mice that are similar. There's function. Function, jumping. The form is this because of the function jumping. Nicely done, rabbit. We'll have something like here. Some hair. But how to do it, I don't know, we'll see now. For example, like this. And then here, and then one big one here. And we will do it. It doesn't work quite well, but it's fine. We have to have ribs. Since the rabbits, they also have ribs. They're mammals. They have skeleton, so they have ribs. Maybe not like human ribs, but still ribs. We also will have a little bit of a tiny rabbit hair tail. So a sinister rabbit with a rabbit tail is good to go. And if this was a rabbit from some franchise, it would be nice to make a 3D figurine or something. But since it's not, nobody will care about the 3D printed Sinister, skinny but bad rabbit. Or at least not many people will care about that. Some people, I'm guessing, there are people for everything. For everything, yeah. But most people will not care about this at all. Alright. Rabbit man. The feet are amazing. I would say they are the best feet that I have ever made in my entire career as a 3D character artist. Or at least maybe one of the best actual feet that I made. By the way, if we go from the side view like this and we take this thing here and we flatten them, it will be better. They are immediately a little bit better, but not too much better, so we have to continue working on them. Does he have actual shoes? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm moving them around, pushing, pulling, until we have something that looks relatively cool and nice. Maybe a little bit bigger would be more appropriate. Yeah. The contrast between the tiny, small legs and huge feet should be interesting. We'll see if it is. I mean, probably it is a little bit interesting. But again, what interests us is only the head, because this is what we are doing here. The other thing was just for fun, just give him a toned, slim, muscular body. Yes, I give him a carrot for God's sake. No. A carrot is too much for this guy. He doesn't deserve it. He's been a bad rabbit, bad bunny. AI will be better in the future, probably 100% accurate. Just assuming, right? We don't know. But are things usually really that tall? That depends. But I don't count AI as an art. It's a question of perspective. An actual 2D artist could have drawn an AI concept with even greater detail. Probably, but will he be able to do it in less time? And there are not too many artists, 2D artists, that can do this kind of this level of quality. Most of them will not be able to do it. So, that's the problem here. Give him Demogorgon body, okay. Can he hold a big carrot in both of his arms like an axe? He probably can. Do you have a tool in Blender like Clip Curve in ZBrush? Yes. Bugs Bunny says, of course. According to you, how can you do anatomy to make monsters? Yeah, anatomy to make monsters, you can learn by learning human anatomy and some animal anatomy. Like if you practice doing some cats, big cats, like lions or tigers, and then you practice doing human anatomy, and then you practice doing some beetles or ants or wasps, and then with all this anatomy, when you combine the things that you know, then you will make a great monsters. Because most monsters, they have insect quality, humanoid qualities, and some animal kind of qualities inside them mixed. And if you mix them in the best way, then you will have the best monster. How about a lit cigar instead of a carrot? Lit carrot will be the best, but since we are trying to be close to the concept, a little bit close. Obviously not too close, but a little bit. We will not do it. Do this. Do that. Do it. We'll not do it. Imagine. Imagine all the people. Morcona tort. Monica, come on. AI is now where video games were in 90s. We never expected the graphics to be where they are now. It's sad that one day AI will get better. I'm surprised that I haven't seen a ban AI protest yet. You cannot protest against the future, against the progress. It's difficult. I mean, even if you can protest against the progress, like people were doing back in the days against the machines in fabrics, because when you get like a certain machine in certain fabric, then some people are losing their jobs, so they can protest, but what they will achieve is a different topic. Mostly nothing. So yeah, it's inevitable. What will happen is inevitable, but what will happen exactly, it's unknown yet. So will the AI will be able to work better than us and faster than us? Because faster than us is usually working even right now, but better than us, not quite. The idea is that AI at some point may come to kind of a bump, like a limitation. It could be limited by some factors. For example, 3D models in the internet are not that many, especially for unique characters. You don't have too many available models that the AI can learn from. So I'm just guessing that it will not be able to have this huge database. Like the images in the internet are huge, they are like billions, and the AIs for 2D, they have a lot more images than the AIs for 3D. That's why I think that the AIs for 3D will hit a bump at some point, and that will be it for them. But we'll see. I'm just guessing. We'll see. Nico, will you play games made completely by AI? Of course, if those games have very, very good scores, I will not play them when they came out. I will play them after people were playing them and say this is a very good game. Like, for example, now we have a game. It's not made by AI, I think, but it's called something 33 something. Probably you all know this game. It has a very good critic score, and I put it in my wish list on stream, and when they put it on sale, I probably will get it, and maybe I will play it. I don't know. It sounds pretty nice. Expedition 33, yeah. Clear Obscure or something. It's very interesting. That's great. Hello, I guess I'm too late. It's never too late. You can watch the stream after it finishes. How do you stay consistent with sculpting? I don't stay consistent with sculpting, but I don't need to stay consistent because I'm relatively good enough now to be able to not sculpt for a while and then come back to it and not lose too much of my training. But if you are a beginner, you should stay consistent. And how to stay? Everybody should find their own way of working without procrastination, which is hard these days, of course. It's very hard. To find motivation is pretty hard. But again, if you cannot find motivation for sculpting, try to do something else. Maybe there's something else that you will find motivation for. Drawing, or sculpting with clay, or sculpting in VR. It's fine. Or even making something else completely different, which the AI couldn't do. Maybe the robots will be able to do everything. When the robots came out, they're trying to do them now. I don't think they're pretty close with the robots. But we'll see. And also the robots will be much more expensive than a human. I mean, in everyday jobs. For example, I want my bath to be renewed with new tiles. So I have to ask for a guy who makes tiles, who is putting tiles. And those are expensive. But the robot probably will be more expensive, so I will choose the human, at least for now. Expedition 33 used MetaHuman and Character Creator for base meshes and then sculpted them. Its art is very good. Its art is pretty good, yes. Nico, what monitor do you have? I have LG monitors, I think. I think they are LG. I don't see the logo anywhere. But I'm pretty sure... Ah, yeah. In the bottom, it's LG, but it's pretty dark in here, so I cannot... quite... it's LG 32-inch monitors. 2 of them I have. I recently changed them. I think one and a half year ago or something. I was before that with 24-inch Dell monitors, but I changed to LG 32-inch monitors, which are 144 1440p monitors. Kind of. Will this fine rabbit be on the week's sculpt challenge, Chief? I'm guessing yes, it will be. You seem stressed, Nico. Hope you're well. I probably am stressed, but who is not these days? I mean, with the orange guy in the White House, with all the wars going on, and with all the little things that you have in your daily life, who is not stressed? Show me one person that is not stressed. Maybe a guy who is living in a cave and just searching for food every day, so he doesn't have to. He doesn't watch the news, or he doesn't have children or whatever. He will not be stressed. He just finds the food today, he is eating, and is pretty happy. Next day, the same. But we are living in this kind of stressed world right now. Do you know why I will get too much poly after I reach the end of sculpting for a simple mesh, or I'm too sensitive to the poly count? It depends. Maybe you're too sensitive, maybe your computer is too sensitive, or laptop. So there is not such thing as too many polygons. There is something called a weak computer. You know? So normal computer, usually in Blender, should be able to handle, let's say, 10, 20 million polygons relatively fine. If you cannot, then a computer is a little bit weak. But it's normal because most people don't have too much money for a good PC to work with. For example, now we have, let's see, so the head itself is 2 million. The teeth themselves are, but triangles, I'm saying triangles. But faces, 2 million faces are the teeth, and the face is 1 million faces. So overall we have 3 million faces in this scene here, which obviously is not bad. I mean, it's fine. If you bump up the poly count too much, you will suffer definitely, whatever. My RAM is 16 gigabytes. You don't have too much RAM, I will guess. For Blender, you need a little bit more. Is using Control R the best method to sculpt? I have never tried multi-res and Dynamesh. I'm using multi-res right now for the course. Let me show you what I have done with the course, if I can. It's 34 blend, okay. We'll open the girl from the course. This is where I am now. The high poly is getting done. It's not ready yet, but the helmet is done. The armor here in the back also. This armor in the back, I invented it by myself because I don't have a concept. The shoulder pads are relatively well done, and I need to do the whole legs. They're just a sketch right now. And the arms. The arms will be pretty simple, but the legs, they have a lot of detail, some kind of engravings, and it will be a little bit hard. But it's getting there. The high poly is pretty much more than halfway done, which is great. And then it will be time for low poly, it will be time for UV mapping, it will be time for baking and texturing inside Blender, which will be amazing. And we will see if I will be able to do it actually. But I'm guessing that I will do it after a lot of practice and tests. What do we have here? Oh, nice. Not bad. Overall. This is not a rabbit, but she has ears. She has also some wings. Overall, a very nice concept, actually. And it's not perfect for a game model, but it's not bad also. It's doable, I think. So I will do it. Good night, bye. Goodbye, good night, bye, night, guys. We have to finish this. So beautiful, and not so beautiful, but it will nice. It will be nice. Are you still gonna retopo some parts? I'm retopoing everything actually for the high poly, and then I will retopo for the low poly. So a lot of retopology in this course. You're gonna udim this for the texture? I don't know, we'll see, probably not. There will be like at least 2 textures, 4K. I will think about it if I want to make them 3, but we'll see. We'll see, guys, and see you in the next video, which will be probably this week for ArtStation reviews, but don't bet on it. We'll see.